know your search history, they know where you've been, right? They know who you're calling. So now if you call a business, it's a vote. So if we bring this back to, a business, and a business wants to get exposure in Google, it wants to be seen. You hire an SEO company, and typically what most SEO companies, so SEO is search engine optimization. It's like how to get more visibility, how to be seen more in Google, in the free organic rankings where you don't have to pay. Okay.
So in a nutshell, if anyone watching this doesn't know what SEO stands for and what it means, that's essentially it. So can you repeat that just really quickly?
Yeah, essentially in the simplest form, it's helping a business get seen more in Google when people make searches. So you search for a dentist New York.
Just higher up, basically.
Yeah, higher up. Trying to be number one in Google.
And optimizing lots of different things and factors in order to achieve that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so a lot of these SEOs, they try and manipulate the signals that are sent to Google.
Right.
Okay, and the way that Google got started, the first kind of breakthrough signal that they had, going back, over a decade, maybe even a couple of decades, is they looked for what websites linked to which. So for every time, right, let's say I'm a website and you're a website. If I link to you, I'm giving you a vote and saying this website has something of interest.
Okay, so let's break this down real quick, because this link thing I think confuses a lot of people, and it shouldn't, right? Because it's actually very, very simple. So, okay, so you're saying this vote thing.
Yeah.
I like that, because that's quite concrete. I can get that, and a lot of people can. Make it super concrete for me, yeah?
Okay.
All right, let's
so you have Dentist John,
right,
in a city, and you have Dentist Dave.
Okay.
Now, Dentist John has 5 other websites which link to him.
Okay, but again, just break this linking thing down. Can we use another sort of word or idea that gets that point across?
Well, you know what a link is, right?
I know what a link is,
right?
but
and
some
so
people
you press, it's the links you click,
right,
and there's 5 of them out there, right, that link to this guy.
Okay.
And that each of those 5 links is essentially one vote. Now a bigger website might count as a bigger vote, and a smaller website counts a bit, less.
Okay, so what you're saying is Dentist John has gone out there, or inadvertently, some people have gone, oh shit, Dentist John is really good.
Yeah, maybe he was at a trade show. He sponsors a trade show, right? Maybe there was an article about him. But he's got five links.
And let's say he's not trying. I think that's a good thing. He's not trying, but somehow, because he's really, really good, people have gone, here's a publication about you. Someone might have done a video on him or interviewed him or whatever. So they're the links that go, oh, by the way, if you want to know more about Dentist John, then they, right. Then they're
exactly.
That's the link. Okay, got
so
it.
Dentist John, he's got 5.
Fine.
Right? Now, Dentist Dave, he's got 100. He was on TV. There was a news story about him.
Right.
Right? And so he's essentially got 100 links.
Okay.
And so there's like 100 votes. And these are from even bigger sites because he was covered nationally.
Okay.
And so if you're Google, right, and Google wants to help you find the best dentist, which one are you going to put higher? Dentist John with 5 links, or Dentist
obviously
Dentist
the one
Dave?
with the most votes, because that's a signal saying he's popular, he's doing well, and he's being mentioned for a reason, right?
Exactly.
It's like celebrities, like if they're being talked about, there's got to be something there.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And so that's how Google got started. That was their breakthrough algorithm, is they went across all of the internet and they found like how many votes are out there, how good are these votes, can we trust these votes, are they legit? And so they were looking at the links, and so that was their primary signal.
Right.
Okay, and it's still a strong signal today, but now look at all the other data points that Google has, right? They know your search history, they know where you've been, right? They know who you're calling. So now if you call a business, it's a vote, right? If you search for the brand, it's a vote. So if there's 1,000 people searching for Dentist John and only one person, or 1,000 people for Dentist Dave and only one person searching for Dentist John, then that's another signal. And so there's all these different signals, and there's literally thousands upon thousands upon thousands.
Okay, so what you're saying is it becomes just a snowball effect, like almost like because Dentist Dave has got 100 votes.
Exactly.
Suddenly Google pushes him up. I'm just going through the motions here. Suddenly Google pushes him up, and now people are seeing him, therefore they're calling him more, emailing him more, walking into his actual his dentist surgery more, and all of these are just amplifying, if you like, the impact that he has on the internet.
Exactly.
And therefore Google just solidifies his position.
So that's the thing, is once you're popular, it's easier to stay popular, and you become more and more popular. And so what Google tends to do is they reward bigger brands. So if you're a big brand, you're a big company, Google says, well, popularity correlates very well with quality, right, and trust, right? You could argue that that's not true, right? It's probably true in a lot of cases, it might not be in other, but it's a simple way that they kind of say, if you're a big brand, you're probably more trusted, and because people are familiar with the brand, people tend to be more trusting of what's familiar, right? And so that Google sees that, okay, this is giving a good experience. So when you do a search in Google, you see big brands on there all the time, right? You see Amazon showing up, right? You see Walmart, you see BBC, you see Wikipedia. Okay, so it's the most popular things which tend to be at the top. And then even on a local level, you know, Google tends to be showing, you know, Yelp results, okay, and other big brand sites, okay? And the bigger the site, the more chance it has of getting that exposure. So it becomes harder and harder and harder for the small business, right? The smaller website to get exposure.
Okay, let me stop you there real quick. So that's great. My next question then is, if you've got, and this is where SEO comes in. Let's say there's an agency, right? And they call Dentist John. And they say, hey John, how's it going? Listen mate, you're getting absolutely destroyed by Dentist Dave. You've probably noticed, right? And Dentist John's obviously like, you know, like, what the hell, you know? He's bitter, his wife hates him, he's not making money, his business is going down, right? But then the SEO agency say, hey, look, you pay me 10 grand a month or whatever, and I'll get you way closer to Dentist Dave, and maybe even above Dentist Dave. This happens all the time, yes? Right. So, and it depends on how much that he's gonna pay, obviously, and the quality of that SEO agency. But what would that agency now do in order to get Dentist John to sort of on par with or fighting Dentist Dave?
Yeah, so I mean, that's a great question. And so there's a few things which happen here, right? So most SEOs, they get really caught up in the technical theory. And the technical theory that they like, because it's been there traditionally, it's all about the links, because that was the first signal that was a big deal.
The votes.
It's still, the votes, right?
So the more votes you have. But then, just really quickly, going to go slightly to a tangent because it's important, I think, is there's been a thing where you can manipulate that, as you mentioned, but how would you manipulate links then, and what were they doing?
Right, so, you know, so these SEOs, they figure out way to make links, right? So they figure out, maybe they make some fake sites and they put links on there to another company. And so Google does its best to try and ignore the fake stuff.
Right, so it wants the publications, the interviews, the actual people saying, hey, here's the, you know, mentioning them for a legitimate reason, as opposed to people just doing link, which I guess you could do.
There's like things where like these SEOs, they put out automated spam, right?
Okay.
So there's ways that they do that. They put out spam, it's got links, and so that used to be able to work. And SEOs love that stuff because it's like, I'm fighting the machine, I'm manipulating them, right? So that I'm in control and I can choose what's number one. And so it used to work, and it worked very, very well. And it actually worked very well, like up until maybe just a couple of years ago. And there's still ways I think that can be done. However, it's very, very outdated. But that's what most of the SEOs focus on, right? That's kind of their big thing. And so they're not thinking about how to get them more exposure, how to create more quality content, right? How the website can, you know, solve problems by maybe writing articles on queries or problems that their audience might have. They tend to focus on these cheap tactics. That's problem number one. And that's what like 70-80% of them are doing.
So that
and that can help a little bit, but it's not good long term. And maybe it carries some risk, right? Because Google might get upset and they might punish you for that. Usually they don't, because they ignore that stuff. Because otherwise you could go and hurt a competitor.
Hey, thanks for watching. And to learn more about AmpiFire, check out the links below, subscribe for more videos, and of course don't forget to hit the notification bell. See you on the inside.